Preseason is officially over, and the Broncos' final 53-man roster and 17-man practice squad have been set. And now the 2023 team is getting ready for Week 1 against the Raiders. Hey Broncos country, I'm Lori Lattimore-Volkman, and this is the Roundup. Sean Payton and George Paton finalized the 53-man roster on Tuesday, right at the 2 p.m. Mile High deadline. And in true Sean Payton fashion, very little info and no leaks were revealed beforehand. And although the team has exactly the right number that it should, Sean Payton indicated that this team is still fluid and there could be a lot of movement over the next few weeks.
Look, I said this yesterday. I just, from experience, the first week and a half, 2 weeks, beginning this time till, the next 2 weeks, you'll see the most roster movement around the league, and then it begins to calm a little bit.
The head coach also called getting the right 53 an art, because it's not necessarily about getting certain numbers of players at different positions. It's about getting the best 53 players you can. And sometimes that means protecting players might get snatched up if you didn't put them on your roster somewhere.
Remember, the art of the 53 sometimes is about protecting the most vulnerable or your assets that you think would be claimed or signed. I think the mistake sometimes is saying, hey, we need 5 at this position, 8 at this position, instead of the right 53 in order to really secure the roster the way you want it.
There are a few surprises, including a last-minute trade of Albert O to the Eagles for a 6th-round pick. And then on Friday, Broncos released wide receiver Michael Bandy from the practice squad and added veteran linebacker Ben Neiman. Also, the Broncos cut Brett Maher and signed former Saints kicker Will Lutz, reuniting him with his former coach. Lutz, who sees this as a fresh start after a couple of disappointing seasons in New Orleans, was really happy to be wanted by Payton.
Yeah, look, today felt good. It's a good first day. We obviously have not much time to get used to each other. But yeah, I got here this morning. I didn't know what the schedule was and walked into Ben and Mike's office, and they said, hey, you're going to kick today. I was like, cool. I'm tired. I've got 5 hours of sleep, but let's do it. But no, look, for Sean to come over and get me like he did, it's an honor. It's great to be appreciated. It's great to be wanted. And, man, I'm just really fired up for a fresh start and be out here.
I think it sounds like the pairing with Sean is good for him. He talked about how Sean Payton gets the most out of him because he doesn't want to let him down.
Yeah.
And so, listen, this is a guy we know has the leg talent. We know he's done it at a high level for a long time. He was a 2019 Pro Bowler. A good football player. And so to hear him talk about this fresh start and then to come in the way he did today and make a bunch of kicks,
right.
I think you're excited about what he could do here. And you add the altitude in, makes those kicks go a little bit further. It seems like the Broncos, knock on wood, could be set here at the kicker position.
Yep. For the 19th time in 20 seasons, a college free agent made the Broncos roster. That itself isn't much of a surprise, given that it has been so common in Denver. But this year, 4 undrafted free agents made the roster. And that really speaks to Sean Payton's philosophy that it doesn't matter how you get to the team, just that you're one of the best to be there.
The team is already a brotherhood, so it's not about being drafted or undrafted. We all, come together as a team, talk to each other, good times, bad times. And so we don't look at each other as drafted or undrafted. We all together as well.
This year's rookie free agents were running back Jaleel McLaughlin, who flashed in every single preseason game, tight end Nate Atkins, a former O-lineman in high school because his dad was the O-line coach, who is a very good blocking tight end, outside linebacker Thomas Incoom, who had some great sacks in that 3rd preseason game, and finally tackle Alice Palczewski, who is on short-term IR.
I came in like a normal work day, and I didn't get called out, so that was something that I was like, wow, that's definitely a blessing. Definitely surreal. Definitely a surreal moment. Knowing that I made the team. My mom was my first call. She was excited. It's just a blessing. it was definitely a great day.
Did you notice the team's history of undrafted rookies?
Yeah, that's what led me to choose this team. I just, going through the draft process, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come to Denver. They have a history about undrafted guys. Just come in and just work hard, and she'll have a shot.
We got good vets in the room, and we got young guys. I'm just trying to do my best to, learn from everybody in that room, learn from all the coaches, and just do everything I can to help the team win.
You had a good chance of making this team.
Man, I really try not to focus on that too much. Every day I come out here, man, I just try to be the best player I can be. And for all those games, I really just wanted to enjoy the experience of putting an NFL jersey on, going out there and just playing hard in front of my friends and family. So yeah, of course, that's my main goal, to make this squad and help this team. But I didn't want to look too far ahead because I still had those challenges ahead of me.
Very surreal, what I'm saying? Coming in just nervous, did not eat breakfast. I was just thinking about it, and I knew, I don't put everything on film, and the rest is up to God, and I just kept praying and, just hoping for a shot. When I got our, opportunity, I was just so happy, man. That's all I can think about.
And honestly, like I said, every day I come out here, I just try to challenge myself. And, if Coach Dixon or VJ are seeing something that they don't like, I go back in the film and I just rewatch it and just want to, improve as a player and try to get better. Just try to get better, man. So for me, it's in football, you got to good or bad, you got to learn to flush the play and just move on to the next one. So that's kind of the mentality that I approach every day with.
My dad's an offensive line coach, so it was kind of what I've been around my whole life. In high school, I never even played tight end, so I played offensive line. So kind of just grew up having a blocking base, and that's kind of how my game grew. Starting from blocking and then kind of just learning, being an athlete, trying to learn all the routes and all the other stuff about playing tight end. So yeah, I think just having that blocking base is really helpful.
I mentioned it before. Just I wanted to give it everything I had, no matter the outcome, no matter what happened, made the team, not make the team, play good, not play good. I wanted to be able to say that I gave it everything that I had. So that was just my mindset from day one. I want to come in and I want to work as hard as I can, and I want to let everything else play itself out. And that's where the work came from. But I mean, I've been working like that since my senior year in high school, so it wasn't really a difference.
But now that the roster is set and the practice squad is in place, at least momentarily, the focus shifts to getting ready for the regular season, and particularly week 1. And that means making sure that the starting offense and defense are ready to play. And that means that most of the heat will be on Sean Payton and his quarterback, Russell Wilson, to see if they can turn it around in 2023. So far, so good, says Payton.
Really good. Man, he's a tireless worker. At times we try to take tags he's familiar with in play design, because we're installing it for the first time, and if it's something that's clean for him, we can adjust. But
I think he's been, first and foremost, a great leader. I think he's been a constant workhorse, and I think he's ascending. I think that since the spring and since every day of training camp, you just see him get better and better. And for a player that's of his caliber, that's really special. And he's never satisfied. It's an attitude. It's a mindset that he takes in every single day. And Russ's passion for this game and the way that he improves and the way that he works rubs off on a lot of people.
And my understanding is Russell has bought into this wholeheartedly. Everything that Sean Payton and company on that coaching staff has preached to him about what they want to happen. There's been a lot of, I'm told, really honest conversations from the start about how they want things to go. And they designed a lot for him specifically because they want him to play quicker and they want him to play faster. And over the last 12 to 15 practices, I'm told, they believe he's been pretty impressive. They believe that it has been very consistent, and that's what they're looking for. And what you're seeing here is him playing off schedule. You're seeing him using his legs. That is something that has been encouraged by Sean Payton and the entire offensive staff. They believe in his heyday, he was one of the best dual threat quarterbacks that this league has ever seen. They'd like him to get back to using those legs, playing off schedule, thriving in those off schedule moments, and being able to be an added addition to an offense that is going to focus, Sean, on the run with Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine, because there are some question marks at the offensive side of the ball in the receiver room. Using his legs is something that maybe wasn't encouraged last year. It is very encouraged this.
Okay, Broncos country, we have our team and we have our goals. Score points and win games. Have a fun and safe weekend off, and we'll be back ready to preview the hated Raiders. That's right. I can't help it. I like it. Okay, Broncos country, I'm drafting and recording. So enjoy that. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. Don't tell the Broncos. Got him. Mahomes and Diggs so far. Oh, it's me. I have to pick. Going. What do you guys think? Etienne or Ramonde? Including a last-minute trade to the Eagles of Albert Obawegmanam. Oak was really happy to be reunited along with the system. Good grief. Let's ride.